A very good morning to all my students. How are you all? You all are fit and fine? Alright student. So as you all know that we are discussing and I welcome you all in the science classroom. As you all know that our chapter is about to complete, and after that you are going to assess, and it will be done through the online test. Alright students, so be prepared for that, and before that you have to complete your question answers as you got your PDF with you. Alright, so as you all know that the chapter is metals and non-metals are there, and in the previous class we have discussed book exercises. All the fill-ups, MCQs has been completed, and here we are begin with the match the following question number 5, which you can do in your book itself. So as you all know, we are doing the match the following in the column B, and we have to just mention the options. Alright student. So basically I would like to just read the question as it is mentioned in the column A. First question is there. An allotrope of carbon which is as tensile as steel. So remember this thing, allotrope means something, a metal which is already existing, the different types of that. Alright, the other material can be made of similar type of element like carbon. कार्बन से ही आपके बहुत सारे अलग चीजें बनती है, like you know that there is a graphite, all right, or charcoal is there, so it is made up of carbon. So these are the allotrope of the carbon. Similarly, question number 1 is asking about the allotrope of carbon जिसके टेंसाइल होती है बिल्कुल स्टील की तरह. So answer is B, that is your carbon fiber. All right, carbon fiber है तो तभी तो उसकी टेंसाइल होगी. All right. Now an allotrope of carbon which has luster. अब ये एक ऐसा कार्बन का टाइप है जिसके पास एक शाइन होता है. Alright, luster they are having. So definitely answer is basically A, that is your graphite. Alright students. Now third one is written, a metal which is in the liquid state at the room temperature. As we all know that we have discussed about two type of metal, that is your basically your mercury and gallium, and there is mentioned the mercury, so definitely answer would be D, that is your mercury. Next is a metal which is a poor conductor of electricity. It is a metal but it has poor conductivity, so definitely answer is C, tungsten. Basically we have discussed this topic in the last year that in the bulb basically we are using the tungsten metal. It's a metal but it is low in conductivity so that it gives the heat. Now fifth is asking an oxide of a non-metal which dissolve in water. कौन सा non-metal का ऐसा oxide होता है जो कि water में dissolve हो सकता है? So as we all know that is acidic oxide, that is F answer will be there, that is acidic oxide. Now sixth question, an oxide of a metal which reacts with acid to form salt and water. So basically basic oxide will be there, so definitely answer would be E. So I hope this is clear to you all. So shall we proceed towards the question and answers? Yes, now these question and answers you have to do in your notebook and they are very important. Alright, so first question is asking, I will just tell you and I'll just explain you because you already know about everything is written in your book and you already having the answers with you. So we will just discuss over here. Alright, so question 1 is asking, state 4 differences between metals and non-metals, and this is very simple and first concept which we have discussed. For this what we have to do, we have to just create two columns, metals and non-metals. Alright, now there is a very beautiful table which is mentioned in your book that they have written so many properties. हमें अब बताना how metals and non-metals are different. So definitely number 1, we know that metals has luster but non-metal do not has luster except diamond and iodine. Alright, now second one, metals can be ductile. Alright, they can be drawn into wire but non-metal cannot be drawn into wire. Alright, number 3, we can say that metals are, you can say that basically they are solid at room temperature. Alright, generally they are solid at room temperature but non-metals are not solid at room temperature. All right, they all are not. I'm not talking about every metal and non-metal. I'm talking about generally. All right. The four differences what you can do. You can give the sonorous. You can give the other properties like malleability. You can give the temperature. You can tell about the melting and boiling point. Whatever you want to write in this question, you can take any four, because question is asking only 4 points. So you have to mention only state differences between metals and non-metals. Alright. So metals are sonorous. Basically when we are beating them, they are producing some good sound. Whereas in the non-metal, they are not producing very fine sound. So they are not more sonorous. Alright. So these differences we can write in this question. Alright. Now question number 2. Wires cannot be drawn from materials such as stone or wood. Why? It's very simple. It's very simple and I would like to ask you, क्या कभी आपने किसी भी stone से या किसी भी wood से have you made any wire? First of all, wire should have some properties itself. Alright. Wire we can convert only those materials, those who can easily convert into a shape of wire. Alright. And they should be conductive as well. Alright. They should be useful as well. So हम stone and wood के we cannot prepare because they are comes under the non-metal category, and we all know about the non-metal property that generally they are not showing the ductility property. So we can write here that your wood and stones are basically non-metals and they do not show any ductility property. Which property they cannot show? They cannot show ductility property. So definitely they are not ductile materials, so they cannot be drawn into wires. Alright student, so shall we proceed toward the question number 3? Alright. Alright student, so now let's come to the question number 3. As you all know, it is written, what do you understand by the term metal activity series? As you all know that metal activity series has been mentioned by a few scientists that they have created this list according to the reactivity of metals. Alright, according to their capability of reactivity. Those who are highly reactive, they have put it on the top of the list, and those who are least, they are put it at the bottom of the list. So this is how this shows that which metal has reacted more and which is least reactive. Alright, this helps us while we are doing the chemical reaction, so that we can easily find out the reason. Alright, so this is how. Now B part is saying which metal amongst the following can displace hydrogen from acids. Alright, so answer is asking which metal, as mentioned is here, copper, zinc, magnesium and silver. So definitely according to the metal activity series, we know that magnesium and zinc are highly reactive, so they will do this. Alright, now question number 5 is asking, question number 4 is simple here, that describe all that you observe when a piece of sodium is dropped in water. As you all know, when we have discussed that sodium, that is basically your Na we are taking, sodium is highly reactive, and the question is asking when we are dropped in water. Alright, when we are putting in the water, so we know that it is highly reactive. Alright, it is highly reactive. So everyone, if you want to check this answer, so open the page number A44. Basically there are metals when they are reacted with the water. So you can see when we have talked about the sodium and potassium reaction. So basically they are float on the surface. First what they will do, they will float on the surface of water because they are lighter than the water. Since then silvery ball, छोटा सा आपका जो सिल्वरी बॉल वहाँ पे क्रिएट हो जाएगा, बिकॉज दे स्टार्टेड टू गेट रिएक्टेड विद द वाटर, एंड देन व्हाट विल रिलीज, हाइड्रोजन गैस विल रिलीज आउट. Alright, this is the another observation we have seen. Then in case of sodium, burn a golden yellow flame, and then what will happen, it will burn in golden yellow flame. Alright, so these are some observation which we have seen while we have seen that sodium is reacted with the water. So they float on the surface, so basically they will create the silvery ball and hydrogen gas will be released there, and after that it will burn into a golden yellowish color. Alright, so I hope this is clear. Now come to the question number 5, that is, what kind of oxide, in A part, what kind of oxide is formed when carbon is burnt in air or oxygen? Alright, so here you can see when we have burnt the carbon into oxygen, so we will get the carbon dioxide, as you all know the formula. Now the B part is asking, what product is formed when the above oxide is dissolved in water? So definitely when we will dissolve the carbon dioxide in water, so we will get carbonic acid. Alright, the formula is H2. You can see here is H2, here is also H2. CO3. C is 1, 2 O is here, 1 O is here, so it will be CO3. So I hope it's clear. Once the carbon will react in the air, it will form carbon dioxide, and carbon dioxide will dissolve in water, so it will create carbonic acid. Alright student, question number 6. They are asking, describe all that you observe when a piece of iron is placed in copper sulfate for a few minutes. Alright, so as we all know, in one activity we have discussed, if you are taking the CuSO4, that is your copper sulfate solution is there, and we are putting what? We are putting the iron, that is your Fe. Alright, so first we have to check in the metal activity series that iron is more reactive than the copper. So definitely if I am taking the chemical reaction iron copper sulfate solution. Alright, now what will happen? Definitely copper is weaker. So who will take the place of copper? जो यहाँ copper था उसकी place कौन ले लेगा बेटा? ये iron ले लेगा, because iron is more reactive than the copper. So here what your iron sulfate will be formed here, and your copper will be separated out. And B answer is asking, what product, B is asking what kind of chemical reaction takes place in 6A. मतलब इस A part में कौन सा chemical reaction हुआ? So definitely this chemical reaction is known as displacement chemical reaction. Alright, this is how you can write the answer number 6. Alright, so let's proceed to the next question. Write equations for the following equation. So it is very simple. We are going to start to write. Alright. So students, you can see here question number 7 that they are asking, just we have to write down the reactions over here. So in first option they have written when aluminium will react with the hydrochloric acid, we will get the aluminium chloride plus my hydrogen gas will be released. Alright, so 2Al plus 6 HCl. Basically these 6 and 2 basically are the numbers that we are balancing the equations. Alright, now second question is saying in B part, zinc and sodium hydroxide solution. When we are reacting the zinc with the sodium hydroxide and water will be there, basically they are dissolved in the water. So we will get sodium zinc, whole tetra of the OH, and hydrogen gas will be liberated there. Now C part is written sulfur and concentrated nitric acid. When we are reacting sulfur with the concentrated nitric acid, so definitely you can see here that it will create the H2SO4 and your nitrogen dioxide will be released out and your water will be released. Alright, now D option is there that written sulfur dioxide gas and water. When sulfur dioxide react with the water, so you will get H2SO3. Now E point is there, heated iron and steam. As we all know, because iron is reacted with the steam only, that's why we took the water that is completely heated. So we can write here heat. So we will get the Fe2O3 and hydrogen gas will be liberated. So I hope these equations are clear that we have to just write down the equations. Now question number 8. Why are sodium and potassium stored under kerosene oil? So remember one thing, potassium and sodium both are highly reactive metals, and as you all know that both can easily catch the fire when they are contacted with the water. That's why they cannot react with the kerosene oil. That's why we are keeping those in the kerosene oil. Alright. Now question number 9 is asking, why can copper not displace iron from iron sulfate solution? Similarly again same question, FeQ, बेसिकली दैट आपका जो कॉपर होता है वो क्यों नहीं आयरन को बेटा डिस्प्लेस कर पाता जब हम उसके सोल्यूशन में डालते हैं। इट्स वेरी सिंपल, अगर कोई मेटल बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग है, उसकी जो टेंडेंसी है रिएक्टिव पावर इज वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग एंड द less reactive metal will be there, so they cannot replaces their places. So definitely the answer would be here, because iron is highly reactive and more reactive comparison to the copper. That's why it cannot take the place. Now question number 10 is there. Why is the coil of heating element of a heater made from a metal? You have seen that जब heater होता है, हमारा जो coil होता है वो मेटल का क्यूब, आपका कौन से बेसिकली मेटल्स का वी आर यूजिंग. सो यू हैव सीन दैट इन द बल्ब वी आर यूजिंग अ टंगस्टन मटेरियल, बिकॉज इनके जो मटेरियल्स होते हैं हम उन मटेरियल को यूज करते हैं जो कि हाईली रेजिस्टिव हो, जो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी को जाने से रोके. और व्हेन द हाईली रेजिस्टेंस विल बी देयर, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी वहां पे नहीं पहुंच पाएगी. सो व्हाट दे विल स्टार्ट टू डू, दे विल स्टार्ट हीट अप, वो अपने आप को गर्म करना शुरू कर देंगे. और जैसे ही वो गर्म करना शुरू करेंगे दे विल स्टार्ट गिविंग सम लाइट्स. सो इनडायरेक्टली वी कैन यूज एज अ हीटर, एज यू हैव सीन इन द आयरन एज वेल वी आर यूजिंग द सेम थिंग. ऑलराइट, बिकॉज इनकी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी रेजिस्टिविटी बहुत ज्यादा होती है जिसकी वजह से दे गेट्स हीट अप, वो हीट अप हो जाते हैं. Now question number 11 is there. Why are aluminum foils used for packaging? Why we are using the aluminum foil for the packaging? As you all know, aluminum foil has the tendency to convert into the malleable or it can easily sheet. But aluminum has the tendency, because pickle, आपका जो pickle होता है वो क्या होता है बेटा, your aluminum foil used for aluminum foil used for packaging, because it is highly malleable in nature and we can put anything so that it gives the warmth. All right, now question number 12 is there. You all know that question number 12 is again different. Why are pickles are not stored in an aluminum can? अब हम बात करें कि हम एल्युमिनियम कैन में पिकल्स को क्यों नहीं रख रहे हैं. सो फर्स्ट वी शुड नो अबाउट द नेचर ऑफ द मेटल एज वेल एज द मटेरियल विच वी आर गोइंग टू स्टोर इन इट. ऑलराइट, सो फर्स्ट थिंग एल्युमिनियम इज देयर. ऑलराइट, कैन इज एल्युमिनियम. सेकेंडली पिकल जो है वो आपका क्या होता है बेटा, पिकल इज एसिडिक इन नेचर. व्हाट इज दैट, पिकल इज एसिडिक इन नेचर and when acid will react with the metal that is aluminum, so it will liberate the hydrogen gas, which is not further good for the pickles. So that's why we are keeping them in non-metallic substances like glass jars basically. Alright, now come to the question number 13. Iron nails are placed in copper sulfate solution for 2 hours. एक iron nail को एक copper sulfate solution में 2 घंटे तक रखा गया. State your observation and write word equation in support of your answer. As you all know, again same question, हमने iron लिया और उसको copper sulfate के solution में रखा. So we have been observed during that activity as well that after that the solution will be get converted into the different color will be changed. You can prefer the activity. You can prefer the activity beta. Activity number 4.10. Here you can see on the activity beaker 1 में जब हमने copper sulfate solution में iron को रखा था, तो what has happened, the blue color of copper sulfate solution changed to light green color and reddish deposit. वो किसकी वजह से हुआ था, आपके iron की वजह से. And the chemical reaction can be presented FeCuSO4 and we will get FeSO4 and Cu will be replaced. The above chemical reaction shows the displacement reaction, and we have seen that iron is more reactive than the copper. That's how it replaces the place. All right, so let's proceed to the next questions. Now the next question number 14, as you can see beta, a boy introduced a red hot charcoal into a gas jar and converted it with a glass lid so as to collect the gas evolved. Explain. एक बच्चे ने क्या किया, आपका चारकोल को बर्न करके एंड ही हैव पुट इट इन द ग्लास जार. अब उसके बाद उसने कुछ रिएक्शंस पूछे. हाउ विल ही फाइंड द नेचर ऑफ द गैस. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वो नेचर कैसे फाइंड आउट करेगा. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल एज वी ऑल नो दैट चारकोल इज बेसिकली अ नॉन मेटल. ऑलराइट, and definitely when he will put and it will react it, as you all know, carbon will react with the oxygen, it will create the carbon dioxide, and then it will react with the hydrogen, your water, so it will create your basically your carbonic acid. So this is how he can find out with the help of the litmus papers. All right, so basically as jar, So what will happen? He will put the blue litmus solution. All right, वो उस jar में क्या डाल दिया बेटा? Blue litmus solution, and after that he observed that it converts into red color, and red color shows that this is acidic in nature. All right, this is how he can check, and this is B part is asking about the equation. So this is here the equation. Now come to the last question, that is your question 15. When the gold ornament are sent to a jeweler for polishing, they always lose small amount of weight. Explain how does it happen. ये पूछ रहा है, कई बार हमारे पास जो गोल्ड ऑर्नामेंट्स होते हैं, हम जब उसे पॉलिश के लिए ले जाते हैं, शाइन आ जाए उसमें, तो आफ्टर दैट वी हैव सीन उसका थोड़ा सा जो वेट होता है कम हो जाता है. सो दिस इज बिकॉज द गोल्ड स्मिथ वॉज देयर. जो ज्वेलर पर्सन होते हैं, व्हाट दे आर डूइंग, दे आर टेकिंग अ सोल्यूशन जिसका नाम होता है एक्वा रिजिया, जिसको कहते हैं एक्वा रिजिया. So basically in it nitric acid and hydrochloric acid is presented as a solution, और इसके अंदर हम उस गोल्ड को इन्वॉल्व करते हैं. When we are adding that gold material, so what is happening, थोड़ा सा गोल्ड का जो पार्टिकल होता है वो इसमें डिजोल्व हो जाता है, उसका आउटर लेयर, और उसकी जो नेक्स्ट लेयर होती है वो क्या हो जाती है, शाइनी हो जाती है. सो दिस इज हाउ जो इसका आउटर लेयर इसमें डिजोल्व हो जाता है, दैट्स व्हाई योर वेट ऑफ द गोल्ड ऑर्नामेंट गेट्स लूज. That's how it's useful. So I hope all these question answers are clear, and you have to do it in the notebook and be ready for the test. Thank you, students.